I believe that this is a very important development, huge development, but not too many people have made money on AI, right? The European economies are slow because they just don't have the right industries at the moment. They have very weak chip industries. But when you look at Europe, this company in Holland is making the key machine. They are the ones who are supplying the TSMC. And so there are innovative people in Europe. There are a lot of potentials there. Universities are good. Social structure is very good. It's somehow things are not coming together. And so Europeans are saying to themselves, we just have to make the market bigger. And there are a lot of internal frictions between different countries. So Italy has one rule, Germany has another rule, France has this rule, that rule. And they are arguing that that is the reason why we lost so much to the Americans. Because America is one big country, whereas Europe is all small countries on their regulations. I am not so sure whether that is the reason. Because this Dutch company can dominate the world, right? So it can happen. So we should learn from this Dutch company how they could do it, even in this environment of fragmented markets. And a lot has to do with availability of capital. United States is unique in having a venture capital industry. And lots of these things, ordinary banking system cannot handle. The reason people say venture capital is that only 1 in 8 companies succeed, right? That's the kind of ratio people talk about. 1 in 8. So the 7 you lose. But this 1 that succeeds, you make all the money. Suppose banks lend the money. This one goes bankrupt. This one goes bankrupt. This is non-performing loans. Until you get the right one, the loan officers in the banks will have a heart attack before success is made, right? Because, oh, this one cannot pay you back. This one cannot pay you back. You get fired first. For venture capital to succeed, you need, unfortunately, very rich individuals. If you're a very rich individual, let's say I have 200 million, I can take risk on 10 million, right? Because it's only 5% of your assets. And on this 10 million, you can invest in these venture capital, because even if all of them are gone, you still have 190 million. So this is not a big deal. And if you're individual, you're only responsible to yourself. That's how US was able to put together so many new ideas, because of the existence of some very rich individuals, not companies, individuals. And Europe doesn't have that kind of culture. Sad to say, but you have to have some really rich, fat individuals to finance these venture capital to move forward. I was told that Taiwan, there are venture capitals in Taiwan, but if someone goes there to get the money from venture capital so that you can do something, the first thing these venture capitalists in Taiwan ask is, who else is doing it? And this is the wrong guys, right? Venture capital is important because he's doing something new. And if this guy asks you, okay, who else is doing it? It's completely useless for Taiwan's development. We don't want that kind of venture capitalist. And so why Taiwan is doing so well, why US is doing so well, both of these are immigrant societies, right? Immigrant societies can change faster. And therefore, Taiwan has much stronger pioneer spirit. And that's how I think Taiwan got to where it is today. In Japan, I was told by one of the top engineers of one of the tech companies that Japan has a real problem in that if one engineer in this company does a fantastic job and become a kind of authority, it becomes very difficult for the engineers below him to come up with something that goes above this guy. Because you're supposed to respect your senior person, right? Senior person is a very successful person, famous. So hierarchy, you cannot really come and say, oh, I have even a better idea. We should do it this way. But I'm sure in Taiwan, if someone comes up with a new idea, okay, let's go. US probably do the same, but maybe not in Europe. Europe have a very traditional mindset, structure. And so they're very good at gradually making things better. But in a changing world like the one we are living now, they tend to fall behind those immigrant societies that can move fast. There is a massive investments in data centers in United States today. If you add like top 5 companies, it's like $700 billion, right? So this is another revolution that is happening. We have an oil crisis here, but we have another revolution here. And this revolution, according to some people, will be so large that this oil crisis is a small potato. And apparently, a lot of people believe that because they're putting money into it. But to make these data centers, you need huge number of IC chips. And only Taiwan, Korea, and Japan produce those things. Taiwan produces the best, the top notch. Korea produces the memory chips that are absolutely necessary for data centers. And Japan produces the machines to make those chips and the materials to produce those chips. So, of course, Taiwan would skyrocket, Korea, even Japan. So I think for that, Trump should keep their mouth shut because otherwise these data centers will not be built. You know, Intel got a lot of money from American government over the years, subsidies, still couldn't do it, right? TSMC was the only one that could do it. All the chips that NVIDIA comes up with, they actually made here in Taiwan, right? And so this trade surplus of Taiwan, which is adding to the huge GDP increase in Taiwan, is something that's not driven in Taiwan, it's driven in the US data center. I will say almost the second industrial revolution, because AI is an incredibly powerful tool, right? We don't know which one, this industrial revolution 2.0 or this oil crisis, which one is going to dominate the world economy going forward. Right now, those people who are putting money on AI thinks that this is going to dominate, that this will resolve itself somewhere down the road. That's why the share prices are so high and so much money is invested here. I believe that this is a very important development, huge development, but not too many people have made money on AI, right? Everybody's using AI because it's so cheap and free. But we know that the marginal cost of that is not free. And electricity usage, all of that, power usage, huge. So we're going to be going against this global warming, anti-global warming move by having these data centers. At some point, I'm sure there will be pushback. Those people in the venture capital industries often tells me that, well, because there's a boom going on, they have to be in it. But they know that at the end of the day, they will all realize that of all these companies, maybe only a small number will actually succeed and make money. The rest will have to fall by the wayside. So in the meantime, when the bubble is on, perhaps you could enjoy it. But I think we have to be careful that not all of them are making money.